Welcome back, guys, or if you're new to my channel, this is Automotive Anonymous, and I'm currently driving a brand new RAV4 Hybrid. Technically, this one does have a couple thousand miles on it. It's just barely used, but we're going to take it for a drive. I just finished a full review of this, so now this is the bonus impromptu extra driving impressions video and 0 to 60 on GPS. If you get anything out of this video, please consider liking it. Comment your thoughts and opinions below as we go throughout how this vehicle drives through the country, through the highway, through a few roads local to me. And let's see what it does. First of all, the backup camera takes up the full screen. Trajectory lines do move. You can hear that it's an EV mode. Sounds pretty cool. Makes alien spaceship type of noises. Let's put it into drive. We're going to leave it on that gauge right there that shows where the battery is and where the power is going. You actually can go through an all-wheel drive gauge as well, too. So maybe I will do this. Let's launch through some gravel and see if the ball shifts to the rear at all. In 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, we did get a little bit of engagement right there. That's pretty cool. But under normal driving so far anyways, on-road driving civilized, like I have not experienced much. But anyways, let's get up to the speed limit, get onto the main road, and we'll see how this vehicle drives. I've driven a lot of the crossovers, a lot of Hondas, a few Toyotas, a lot of Subarus, a lot of Mazdas, and a lot of Chevys, and some Fords and a few other random ones here and there. Basically, every manufacturer has a version of their compact crossover. This is about 15 feet long, 6 feet wide, so it's spacious enough in here, but it's not like a 3-row SUV or like a crazy body-on-frame vehicle like a Suburban or a Yukon XL. But it does the job, and it does the job well enough that 400,000 people buy these every single year in North America. Let's get up to speed, maybe past this Ford Focus. And now we are up to the speed limit. That did pretty good. If you do cross the lines, it does have all the safety features, LED headlights, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, all of the stuff that you'd expect from a modern Toyota. Changes lanes, feels fairly agile. Not as much as a Mazda. It doesn't feel as buttoned down and tight in the suspension department, but it actually does feel pretty good compared to a lot of other crossovers. And this one weighs about 3,700 pounds. So it is a little bit on the heavier side. If you have a non-hybrid, you are going to have a little bit slower acceleration because you are going to be missing about 18 peak horsepower or a lot of power under the curve, and you are going to be missing out on a few hundred pounds. And where this is only a 15-foot long vehicle to begin with, I do think having the little bit of extra weight really goes a long way in helping this vehicle feel more steady on the road. Let me get up to the semi and we will show you how it does to pass. Keep in mind, I'm not loaded down. The vehicle is empty right now. It's just me in the backpack. We're not maxing out the payload. We're not towing up to the 3,500 pounds that this hybrid can. We're just going regular roads, slightly incline, slightly decline, and say I have to get around him. Let's see how it does in 3, 2, 1, full throttle. I mean, it's not like we're flying by, but it does get up to speed. It does have decent passing power. Just be careful if you are weighted down, if you are towing, if you're going up a mountain pass, you're going to have to plan passing people accordingly, because 219 horsepower is fine and dandy when you're unloaded, when you're driving like I am right now, but it's not fantastic when you are, under those conditions. Otherwise, let me shift lanes once we get a little bit more distance between me and the semi, and we'll take a corner. We'll see how this handles. Overall, I think visibility in this vehicle is pretty good. It's kind of closer to the Mazdas. It's not as good as Subarus. It's better than a few of the other competitors, but it's not class leading by any stretch of the imagination. I do wish it was a little bit better. This looks like a nice sharp 90-degree corner. We got a little bit of wheel spin, but that's not because of acceleration. That was just because of taking the corner and the G-force we felt there. Overall, though, this feels very stable, very buttoned down, and I think it's a really good vehicle. It can do a full circle in about 36 feet. Like I mentioned, a lot of people buy these. They actually sell about 1 million of them globally each year, and they're usually in the top 5 best-selling vehicles every single year in the whole world, which is pretty cool. This one specifically, its VIN number starts with the 2, so it was built in Canada, but just driving in this one, and after being in this one for quite a while, it just feels like a nice, stable vehicle. I don't really have any concerns with it. I think it feels, even with a few thousand miles, it's not even really broken in yet. I'm gonna go up to this park up just ahead and park and show you guys what the exterior looks like. But it's a nice vehicle. and there's a lot of reasons to like it. So let me get to the 0 to 60. I'll show you what it does. 0 to 60 on GPS. We are in sport mode. Traction is off, even though it doesn't show the light on the dashboard. I'm gonna do a brake rev if it'll let me. Okay, it will. And density altitude's 3,600 feet, so we're down on power about 10%. Not bad. True 0 to 60 came in at 7.63 seconds, or a little bit faster if you discredit rollout. So a mid 7 seconds 0 to 60, basically. Definitely not bad for the class of vehicle, and definitely not bad for being, you know, almost 4,000 feet above sea level. This little RAV4, it hauls when it's unloaded, and it does a pretty good job, even when it is loaded with more people. But let me put it into park. We'll hop out, and I'll quickly show you what else this one has to offer. It's a little bit windy, but the driver door opens pretty far. Let's see if the back doors open a little bit wider. Okay, so that is not class leading. Some other vehicles like Subarus and Mazdas, they open quite a bit more than that. I'm 5'11" though. Let me hop inside the back and see how it feels. Honestly, I don't think anyone has ever sat back here in this one, but there is a lot of room. There's ventilation, some plugins, a fold-down armrest, which is nice, and it looks like the seats probably recline just a little bit. Do they? Yep, they do. Just a little bit. It's kind of clanky if you guys could hear that. The cloth material, very soft. I don't want to say it looks cheap, but it is soft and comfortable. Hopefully it'll hold up well to kicks and, you know, incidences in the back seat, but it's kind of thin or stretchy feeling anyways. The speakers in this are not fantastic. There's no sunroof, but you still get a lot of natural light just because it has a lighter colored roof liner. So even though, you know, the roof isn't letting in a lot of light and the windows aren't huge and ginormous, at least, you know, it's not all black. It's more like gray materials in here with some silver accents. And I have like that much room above my head. So there's plenty of room in here. But where there's really a lot of room is in the back. There's like 37 cubic feet. This one does not have a power liftgate, but it has a wide opening that's nearly the whole 6 foot wide width of this vehicle. The bumper is not huge, so it's easy to lift stuff in there, and it's kind of a low loading floor. There should be a temporary spare tire under here, some storage behind the wheel well, and your scissor jack and everything else that you need down there. So overall, these are pretty nice. Without the power liftgate, it's actually pretty easy to lower down, and the weight of it kind of does half the job itself. But anyways, guys, this is kind of a fun bonus impromptu extra video for you guys. I'll have the full review of this. It's probably already been up for a while, so you can search for that if you're interested. Otherwise, if you got anything out of this one, please consider liking this video. Comment your thoughts and opinions below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Huge thanks to the Twin Falls Subaru for letting me borrow this one for the day. I'll link them below if you're interested. Otherwise, have a nice day. See you guys.